Ну что, всем здравствуйте. Кто там зашел посмотреть финалочку? Долгожданную. Уже и не помню, на чем там остановились. Я думаю, там все равно будет куча эпика впереди еще. Вне стримов не играю, поэтому прохожу только на запись, на стриме. Так что никуда я там не ушел. Так, вернуться в убежище. Так, сейчас бы вспомнить, что управление здесь.
Where's Gav?
Gav should be back by now.
I hear this.
Ah, Clive! How I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
Well, the two nations beat their shields. The rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the mother crystals. Four mother crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rosfield.
Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rosfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune, along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
Доска для охотников нам доступна наконец-то. Походу, я не так далеко ушел от начала игры.
What are we waiting for indeed?
До утеса. А здесь что? Плач паромщика. Не хочу делать его. На утес пойдем. Сходу.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! Nothing, we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all, for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100 full legions?
100? I heard it were 1,000.
You're a long way from home, aren't you? Much obliged. There you are. You won't be disappointed. Keep to the roads now.
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think there was a Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out. Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pole.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
century, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The mother crystal's collapsed.
I have an idea. You're not going to like it. More of my mother's men.
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again. I'll show you a true sword possession. tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry. Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
Ё-моё. Ведьмака напоминает.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone?
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it.
Жесткая у него мать.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Даже загасиков никаких нет, что странно.
Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
I did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road.
250-летнему юбилею основания Великого Герцогства Розарии.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
I'm hungry.
Вообще все как-то в упадке каком-то. Тихие пески. Ой, что это там? Как мяч распинали ее. О, крабсбургер.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better. That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Острый клык. Тупой обрез. Или как там? Острый нож, точно.
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. But Lazarus... We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for. This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Not abandoned, then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
We can speak inside.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord. But in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
You're telling me that's the...
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buick Bridge, and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village, we tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Look at me sideways.
Come along now.
The bastards are looking.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! Forestaria!
Forestaria!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to find their battles for them.
More dragons.
Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't let them flat.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud! My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die, and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
Ждал эпика, эпика не было.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfild died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue!
Реально не верит, походу.
You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint of the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. Besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Why then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Дядя топ вообще.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Молчала, короче, выговорилась наконец. Погнали в убежище, чё. Здесь водятся чудовища. Так надо затариться в дорожку бы.
yes. Our mysterious Moogle friend. I'll stick with nectar if it's all the same to you. What seems to be the matter? The hunt board. It's where the curse breakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our... Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know?
Взять охоту, наверное.
Right. Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Valistea are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the curse breakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Что там есть, посмотрим. Ну, это понятно. Бельфергора мы, по-моему, били уже. 8000 всего. Я его не могу взять. Вот этого мы уже убили, походу. Можно повторить, да? Но тут некого брать.
Back again, Lord Rosfield. I'm touched that you should find me such good company.
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on this occasion.
Ever the charmer. What will it be today, then?
The Iron Kingdom. I need to know what to expect.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath, then, I take it. The mother crystal that rises from the boiling sea. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move. As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the Mother Crystals sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the Blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Justanus, home of Drake's Breath, and plucked it from the Duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of Duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island, and with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity. The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drustinus the holiest of holy grounds. from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drek's breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal. But thank you all the same. Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
How did we never hear?
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Here you go. Always something in there.
Oh, Clive! Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
The Patron's Whisper? Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friends' donations?
Oh no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you personally. Would you like to see if we have any? Come to claim your just desserts? Here you are. You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
Be over soon.
You ready?
I think so.
Jill, when you told me you had to come to terms with your past, you weren't talking about destroying Drek's breath, were you?
No. I spoke of Imran, the leader of the crystalline Orthodox. The man who made me do all those unspeakable things. I'm going to kill him. It's what I need to do to put the past behind me. What I need to move forward. And I know that I can do it. If you're there beside me.
Always.
And I'll be beside you, too. We'll bring down the Mother Crystal together. All while Sid looks on.
We'll make him proud.
Так, 2 минуты перерывчика, и я вернусь.
useful trick. Freezing and throwing the spray to make mist. How did you learn to use your powers like this?
The Masters made me do it. When the Crusaders took to the seas, to keep the fleet's movements from prying eyes. I'm fine.
No, you're not.
This may be the only chance I get to go back. My only chance to put things right. I have to do this. Whatever the cost.
All right.
There she is. The Iron Kingdom's mother crystal.
Drake's breath.
Strong currents, sharp rocks, and ether floods. Let's not forget them. This island is a natural fortress.
But safety breeds complacency, allowing a single rowing boat to slip in unseen.
The sanctuary is inside the mountain. If we follow the old trail, we should be able to enter by the back gate.
All right. Let's go.
I always imagined when I came here it would be to reclaim it.
It used to belong to Rosaria, didn't it?
Once, though it's been in the Ironblood's clutches for far too long.
As was I. For 13 years, this rock was my home. I know its secrets only too well. This path was abandoned after an ether flood. They don't guard it anymore.
The perfect little shortcut.
They happen all the time. That wasn't even a bad one. It's nothing to worry about.
Здорово, Сань. Что-то я увлекся, блядь. Как сам? А тут вообще что-то жесть какая-то. И любовные страсти кипят, и что только тут нет. Изи. А ты на работе? Давай, конечно. Так, нам выше, да, по-моему? Давай, конечно, заезжай, я дома. Мы вроде как в пятницу только уедем. За город. Аэровзрыв. Ну, номер у тебя есть, так сказать. К 6? Ну, нормально. Мы еще сегодня вроде Warzone планировали запустить часиков 7. Там, кстати, Ильич вчера звонил, вроде как Xbox прикупил себе. Так что у нас пополнение. Еще один пулеметчик в стане теперь у нас. Боже, что это? Акаша? Ебать! Ёпте. Охренеть, блядь. Майк, привет. Давай, Сань, набирай, конечно. Бля, тут отъехать недолго так-то. Месси ее. Куда она? Боже. Хорош. Террася. Блядь, не успел уйти. Уходи, блядь. Надо выживать как-то. Не выжил. Блядь, я вообще не вижу, когда она там атакует. Я поздоровался, Майк, здорово. Как сам, братишка? Надо аккуратно как-то играть. Как тут аккуратно сыграешь, блядь? Блять. Достал сучий потрох. Я там, кстати, твою код Веронику подглядываю. И вообще не напряжно, что она на английском языке, кстати. Блять. Охренеть. Подключил PS3 к стриму? Хорош. Да ёпта. Жара? Да верю. Серию игр God of War после Резика и Мафии 3. Нормально. God of War уважаю. Хорошая тема. 38-40 стоит что? PlayStation 3 ты имеешь в виду? Или приблуда к ней? А, жара стоит 38-40. Ёпта, как ты там выживаешь? У нас тут сколько там? У нас 24, я вообще не могу дома. Даже вебку не включаю, потому что потный как свинья.
Press on.
Yes.
Жестко, слышь. Чтоб тепловой удар какой-нибудь схватишь. Смотри аккуратней. Ну, вообще молодец, что бегаешь. Так-то. Уважаю, респектую, так сказать.
It's like a furnace in here.
Гора Драстан.
We're inside the volcano. You get used to the heat, though I don't remember it being quite this hot.
Из-за английского?
Cause for concern?
It was. And they're getting bigger. Something's wrong.
Ты ж любишь классику. Управление старое неудобно. Вот. Я об этом и говорю. Когда в старые игры, ну, уже в нынешнее время запускаешь, все косяки сразу вылезают. О, как хорошо зашла. Слышь? Я об этом и говорил. Тебе, короче, уже можно канал по резику открывать. Блять, что-то он жесткий. Не попал. Хорошо. Все потратил. Да боже. Разорвали его просто. God of War 1 самый долгий, думаешь? Мне кажется, третий подольше будет. Ну, первый крутой. Первый, второй вообще пушечные игры. Еще ремастереды с PSP. Мы как-то тоже обсуждали их. Вот, смотри, как красиво. Класс. Локация топ просто. Не, мне код Вероника нравится. Я бы сам в нее не стал играть, а вот посмотреть я ее с удовольствием смотрю. Хорошая часть, недооцененная часть Резика. Ну, короче, классику. Там сколько? 5 частей получается, да? 6. Еще же этот был. God of War. Как он назывался там? Где он в цепях там, Кратос. Прикола. Боже, забыл, как он назывался. Восхождение, да, или как-то? 6 частей получается. Нифига там у God of War игр сколько. Крутяк. Ах ты жаба. Хорош. Ой, мамочки. А, самый долгий первый, да? Блин, я как сейчас помню. Первую, вторую часть с ребятами проходили на сложности. Самая последняя там открывается сложность. Бог войны, кажется, она называлась. Вот это реально был челлендж. На второй плойке, я помню, еще играли. Онлайн? Ну смотри, какие игры, видишь? Нифига себе. Охренеть. Она какие игры? Хорошо. А чё, давай на ВК-плей. Закатали его. Ну, ВК-плей, я думаю, получше будет. Ну, хотя это черт его знает. Мафия 3 это да. Ну, надо сказать, что все-таки вторая и первая легендарнее, чем третья. Но она хороша, да. Так, что там? Ого. Серьезная штука. Ни хрена себе. Ну, ёпта, она еще горит. Ёпти мать. Блять, какие-то у нее атаки. Я же нажал. Хорошо. Я ушел? Души это говно. Не успел. Хорошо. Как так-то, блядь? Хорошо. Охренеть. Хорош. Ёптя. Ёптя. Хорош, блядь. Не брал. А чё, есть что взять? Охуеть. На, нихера себе. Вот это комбо. Блядь, просто пиздатый бой. Какой он красивый, блядь. Не брал ничего нового. А чё брать-то? Я хз даже. Человек-паук, ну там до выхода еще долго. Я так думал, что постримить. Там прикольная игра в Game Pass недавно залетела. Я не знаю, смотрел ты, нет ее? Про мальчика, типа, который сестренку там свою ищет. Прикольно, я ее давно за ней наблюдал. Она еще в апреле вышла. Вот ее, думаю, надо как-нибудь подрубить. Она такая чисто атмосферная, как, не знаю, больше, наверное, как 3D-платформер какой-то. Ну, даже не платформер, а приключение такое, знаешь. Адвенчура больше, да? А ты что-нибудь приобрел новенького? Там в Стиме еще распродажа жирная. Хотя я хз, опять же, я посмотрел, что даже ничего не выбрал для себя интересного. Сейчас лето, сейчас затишье будет. Перед бурей, так сказать. В сентябре весь жир начнется. Типа Старфилды пойдут, там все дела. Так, здесь ничего нет? Нет. Блин, я опять все сильные зелья просрал. По Шурику сейчас проберемся туда. Мне вот финалочка пока заходит. У меня, если честно, и желания нет другого что-то запускать. С ребятами еще в этот... Я еще параллельно сейчас мультиплеер Call of Duty захожу. Там, кстати, Cold War раздали, видел, да? Ну, до них еще долго. Я вот не знаю. Я думаю, где взять Киберпанк? На ПК или на PlayStation? Вот в чем вопрос. А ты не делал предзаказ разве? Мне казалось, что ты говорил, что уже делал предзаказ.
I'm so glad you're safe.
Так.
And I you. Why ever would you risk coming
А ты
back?
не проходил его?
Are you a fool, girl?
Там компания прикольная в Колдворе. Я-то его покупал еще на релизе. Я после Modern Warfare 19 года вообще все Call of Duty покупаю на самом деле.
There are things I left undone.
На релизе причем.
Tell me.
Ну я люблю просто шутеры пострелять. Плюс в мультиплеере, в той же Warzone получаешь удовольствие от игры. Ну именно вот в сквадах, да, в команде. Предзаказы перестал делать? Молодец. Нет, ну, что касается Sony, конкретно игр Sony, у них еще, как бы, так сказать, к ним еще доверие есть. А вот к остальным, конечно, да. Сомнительно это все. Значит, Трова и Твич, да? Пойдешь туда. Люди придут к большому стримеру, поэтому им выгоднее. А, да, понятное дело. Так людей мало пока, понятное дело. Людей должны мы приводить, по-хорошему. Ну, если ты сравниваешь именно по потоку, да, и где там аудиторию проще будет набрать, конечно, там на Твиче будет проще. Тут даже это не оспаривается. Ну, я думаю, ВК Play тоже рано или поздно что-то придумает. И потихоньку натаскает сюда аудиторию.
We're nearly at the comwreck.
All right.
Ну попробуй, попробуй. Значит, так сказать, местным нравится, да? Warcraft здесь. Боже, такая музыка. Красивая локация вообще. Что такое, дружище?
I've had enough of their hospitality.
Ой, мамочки. Чувака там тряхануло нормально так. А ты чё хочешь? Стерли. Захожу, а там Куплинов. Да, да, да. Я так понимаю, у него покупают аккаунт, да? Ну, в аренду типа берут и стримят на ВК. Я часто сейчас вижу его. Ну, нормально, чё, почему нет? Я не знаю, знаешь ты, нет, там XIBT Games сейчас 3 страйка на ютубе получили, у них канал временно, я так понял, не активен. Это белорусы там вещают тоже за игровую индустрию, все дела. Вот. И они как бы ищут местечко новое для стримов. Но я так понял, они не хотят рассматривать ВК Play во-первых, предложений не было. А во-вторых... я так понял... Украине этот сервис недоступен. В Украине он забанен, короче. Хорош. Вот тоже могли бы подсуетиться. Хрена себе. И привести новую аудиторию на площадку. Высокомерные? Да нет, на самом деле. Нет, ну может быть, так-то лично сложно судить. Это создается впечатление, когда их смотришь, может быть такое. Я думаю, в жизни-то они не такие. Это, как сказать, типа образ. Так, а куда мне? Особенно стример. А, ты имеешь в виду в общем, да? Не, я к тому, что ВК Play могли бы подсуетиться и привести еще аудитории. Diablo 4? Слушай, Майк, я уже давно ее не включал, но я там почти 60-й левел, получается. Нормально. Жду сезона нового. Блять, а куда идти-то мне? Я что-то не врубаю. Я отсюда пришел? Да. Сюда нельзя. А куда тогда? Сюда? Там в этот гейм надо не в соло идти, там надо, ну, вместе играть с друзьями. Намного круче раскрывается игра. Потом полегче, да, будет? Здесь ничего нет? Загасик лежит. Ну ничего, ты держись.
Clive, there's something I need you to know. I saw the patriarch do things no one should have to see. And so I swore that he would die by my hand.
Теперь пришла вас просирать.
I face my demons.
Жуть.
Then you must face yours.
А может наоборот. выведет вас на новый уровень, прикинь. Вау. Походу мы пришли. У меня хил-то есть? Да. Фуловый. Можно выигрывать, в принципе. Хорошо. Хорош. Хорош. Хуя ты такой дерзкий. Ох ты, бля. Не попал. А ты уже приехал, что ли? Так заходи, у меня дверь открыта. Сейчас я малому скажу. Пятую Соньку я думал только в ноябре запущу, когда Человек-паук выйдет. Чё это? А знаешь все почему? Потому что ты не купил финальную фантазию. Сейчас бы вот сидел бы, наблюдал все эти красоты. Игра очень красивая и геймплейно очень крутая. По-любому претендент на игру года будет. Не, ну это понятно. Надо же пробовать и что-то новое.
Shiva's dominant. Come to beg forgiveness for your failure.
For years, I followed your orders. fought your wars. All to protect the children you took. Just as you took me. And what did you do in return? You put them in chains and you slit their throats!
А, кинцо это ждешь? А там что, новую часть анонсировали? Я просто не в курсе. Что-то с космосом будет. Ну, сама тематика космоса мне нравится. А-ля Dead Space, этот... Боже, как он называется-то? Мы тут недавно в нее играли-то.
You're right. I am a monster. And my soul is stained black.
Ну, что-то тут вообще серьезно все, короче.
But by the evil of men like you, who made me close my heart and drown in darkness when I should have raged against it. This is my penance. I will be your monster. No,
Я больше не твое чудовище.
suffer you to create another.
И не позволю создавать новое. Второй сезон попер. Не, ну космос крутая. Именно атмосфера. Я обожаю игры про космос, если честно. Но тут не любовь. Тут дело в том, что она когда-то служила вот этому вот черту, вот этому. И он как бы приказывал там всякие ужасности делать. Ого. Она явно разозлилась. Любовь-то с детства у них. У нее точно. Ну ты младшенький тут. Что ты? У меня звук зашкаливает. О. Давай, родной. Здесь, походу, что-то подобное будет. Так чё, где Ифрит-то? Все, без Ифрита будем биться? Боже, какой эпик. А, не, походу будем. Охренеть. Хера себе, блядь. Блять, какие атаки дебильные. Пиздец. Он еще из таргета выходит. Жабец. Что он делает? Пиздец. Пиздец.
All right. I won't take long. That's better. Nice try.
Это было эпично. Еще и левелапнулся. Здесь, кстати, автоматический левелап. Не нужно вкачивать очки, как в какой-нибудь Dark Souls там.
Jill!
I'm going to finish this, Clive. Here. Use this.
Sid. You're one step closer to freedom.
The crystal. What did you do to it?
Oh. We destroyed it.
What? What? Monster! Monster! Do you have any idea what you have done?
I do, Father. I have killed the monster and become an outlaw. May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
It's over.
It is.
And Shiva exacted her price.
She did.
Again, the burden fell to you.
And I bore it willingly. This was a sin for which I had to atone. Now I can continue at your side with my head held high. Clive, look.
It's just like the one at Phoenix Gate. Damn it. We need to leave.
Agreed.
Спасибо, Аксель. Я, кстати, там в группе в телеге предложил тебе пару игр. Как тебе мои предложения? А, ты этот канал удалишь? Ну, ты, по-моему, в группе кинул, да, ссылку на новый? Я тогда подпишусь на новый. Новый канал, новые возможности, как говорится. Молодец, что решился. У тебя же там подписчиков 300 или 400, по-моему, на нем. Знаешь только Demon Souls? Ну вот, пора и узнать и из Секера. Хорошо, переподпишусь. Как говорится, удачи в начинаниях. Я в тебя верю. 306 подписчиков. Ну, я надеюсь, они переподпишутся. У нас приз наследия. Я, кстати, уже закругляться буду. Вот, ко мне корешок приехал. Пойдем посидим с ним, пообщаемся. Да не за что, обращайся. Ну, хз, посмотрим. Зря. Это очень крутая игра, на самом деле. И ее очень круто смотреть, особенно на эмоции того, кто стримит. Ну, стримера. Ну да, надо переподписываться теперь. Ну ничего страшного. Чё. Тем более все равно у тебя доступ останется к каналу. Если нужно будет, вернешься, правильно? Far Cry 6 топ, но я не играл. Ну я вот то, что у тебя видел, в целом мне понравилось. Я бы его в кооперативе с кем-нибудь прошел бы с удовольствием. А, добро. Спасибо большое. Буду рад тебя видеть. Вернее, буду рад видеть твой новый канал у себя в подписках. Спасибо. Да когда, Аксель? У меня времени нет. Мне кореша он пишут вечером в Warzone зайти поиграть. Параллельно я еще очень хочу финалочку проходить, потому что мне очень нравится игра. Вот. Когда играть в этот Far Cry? Я не знаю. Сейчас еще работа начнется. Сам понимаешь, работа тоже это жопа. Времени не будет практически. А я видел, я уже спать лег. Я думал, если днем подрубишь, так мы залетим к вам. Потому что нас обычно тоже 2-3 человека доиграет. Так знаешь, в чем прикол? Прикол в том, что я не могу тебя из Телеграма добавить. Понимаешь? Я, то есть, в Телеграме не могу смотреть участников. И получается, я в Телеге даже тебя добавить не могу.
And has served his empire indefatigably ever since.
And you are confident that he will listen to what you have to say?
Да, нужно как-то по-другому этот вопрос решить. С добавлением, я имею в виду. Ты как-нибудь на стриме, в начале стрима будешь запускать? Засвети этот, свой PSN. Потому что я пересматриваю стримы, ну, поглядываю там, когда время есть. Я и добавлю, увижу там, и добавлю. Ты, кстати, если вот даже в этом, на этой трансляции в начало отмотаешь, ты там увидишь мой PSN. Хорошо. Рамси, ты задрал. Все, договорились тогда. А я тогда офать буду.
Which is it that men cannot live without? A blessing that leads to damnation, or a freedom that leads to deprivation? I do not yet know the answer to that question. Do you, Clive?
Your Grace, let us find a place to rest a while. We can return by the Dalmekian trail once you have recovered your strength. I realize your duty is pressing, but if your health should fail...
I know. Thank you, Yote.
Я полдиалога пропустил, но я так и не понял, почему он не может с братом-то пересечься.
Army's attempt to breach the Empire's defenses and gain the Isles of Ark has failed yet again.
Only because your fleet has proved as impotent as a eunuch on laying night. Would you rather we simply fell back to the capital?
Enough, both of you. All here agree that the Empire cannot be allowed to maintain its illegitimate claim on the Dominion. However, our casualties mount with each passing day.
There is a literal sea twixt you and your prize. The armies of Sambrek need but sit back and watch as you harmlessly lap against their walls. They are dug in like ticks and seek to draw out this siege, knowing the capital's stores are nigh bottomless. And what of our wise rulers? Goaded into war without any thought.
Побольше подписчиков и хороших стримов с аудиторией.
Спасибо, родной, спасибо большое за полтинник. За внимание в первую очередь. Ну, будем надеяться, что наш контент еще кому-то нужен. Ну, я уверен, что он нужен, по крайней мере, моим друзьям, да и твоим, я думаю, тоже. Главное, что мы поддерживаем друг друга в первую очередь. Вот. Поэтому спасибо тебе огромное. Я желаю тебе тоже развития на новом канале. Ой, ты человек разносторонний. Мне твой контент заходит. Поэтому, ну, я думаю, у тебя точно все получится. По крайней мере, если это будет твоей целью. Я уверен, что у тебя все получится. Вот. Спасибо от души.
Is that the Emperor's?
What is the meaning of this, Lord Kupka?
What it means is that I am disinclined to advise you any longer. Ah, the looks on their faces when you walked through those doors. A perfect picture of stupefaction. They could not believe their eyes. Though I confess, I had my own doubts whether or not you would accept my invitation.
Так а ты уже там же, по-моему, через телефон что-то активироваться надо, да, по номеру телефона, чтобы стримы вести. Ты нажми провести трансляцию, и, по-моему, тебе там какая-то авторизация нужна будет дополнительно. Потому что я тоже помню, на новом канале была такая тема. А, все сделал. Все. Тогда через 24 часа все у тебя будет доступно. А это получается, когда ты сказал? Завтра, да? Первый стрим будет. Ну все. Завтра залечу на первый стрим, так сказать, с поздравлениями. Ну, надеюсь, без сюрпризов, как планировал.
This would not be disagreeable to you, I take it. You would finally be rid of the stain.
Да, хорошо.
On your noble name. In return, I will leave Sanbreque in your capable hands. Your Imperial Majesty.
And all for the love of a common whore. Dominant or no, one cannot hide one's breeding. And beasts will ever belong with beasts. There are greater things in store for you, my darling Olivier. Soon enough, you shall be the crown prince of Sanbreque. And when your father goes to meet great Griga, you shall be emperor of all you survey. The old order shall come tumbling down, and you will rebuild the world in your glorious image. Soon.
She's been in there for hours. Something must be wrong.
Вот, на этом мы тогда и остановимся. Вот. Хорошего вам всем настроения. Увидимся в ближайшие, там, я не знаю, завтра, послезавтра. В общем, увидимся. Всем мирного неба над головой и хорошего настроения. Пока.